Coach, as you look at this Clippers team, where does it start with them? What are some of the keys that they present?
I mean, obviously, it starts with James Harden. He's playing some great basketball right now. Their record doesn't reflect it, but they've been in all the close games. They've got a nice little road trip coming up, but he's doing a great job playing great basketball for them. So just limiting him, seeing different coverages, we're gonna have to do that, but also not allowing the others to get going as well.
They play a bit of a different pace, a little bit slower pace as a result of the way they play through Harden. Does it help that you've played some of the other teams in that category, whether it be the Celtics, Rockets, Nets, etc., to be used to the value of those possessions?
I think each game is different, and getting the different bodies of teams now, you're able to tell and be able to adjust as the games go on. Our personnel can look at their personnel and see how we need to play, but being able to stick to what we do and how we're playing is still going to be important no matter what.
How do you go about taking away the lob game, given how dangerous Harden is coming off those middle pick and roll?
I think a lot of that starts, at the initial pickup point in the pick and roll. How can we work and navigate that first screen? Zubac does such a great job. Collins does such a great job of getting out of the screen. So it really starts with the on-ball defense with Harden. And then on the backside, it's not just a 2-on-2 game. You got to make sure you get early hits to stand Zubac up before he gets to that lane. So it's not just a surefire assist at the rim.
Paolo is out tonight, but just how is he doing? What was he able to do this morning?
Just continuing to hit the weight room work, being able to still the non-contact work.
How much more time could this last? I mean, how daily is it?
That's you don't put timelines on it. Just as he recovers from each session, we'll go from there.
We've seen Tristan obviously take a big step up in kind of his confidence and his usage, but how big has he been to kind of help fill in? Obviously everyone has to fill in for Paolo, but like starting wise, being in that spot, how has he helped kind of fill in and stabilize this team?
Well, just knowing how to play, understanding how he can mesh with the other guys, understand what we need him to do when he's aggressive. It's great. Knowing when he needs to play off the ball, stepping into a shot with confidence, but then also defensively, being able to guard positionally, knowing his spots on the floor. Those have been great for us right now, for him being able to step into that.
For you as a coach, when a player kind of feels ready for more, like he has been this year, how do you kind of measure how much more to give him, or find the right ways to kind of continue expanding his game and taking advantage of what's working so well?
It's those conversations. You tell him to be as aggressive as he's been. Playing more minutes, longer minutes, I think that comes into play a lot of times. I talk to him during games, and when he runs long stretches, it's the conversation like, can it get you in, get you back out? Because he's earned a lot of that right now in the way he's playing with that swagger and that confidence.
Did you get to watch Noah last night at all, or review the film this morning from his first game?
I'm going to review the film as soon as I get back up to the office right now, yeah.
Well, you mentioned defending position and understanding that. So, what does that mean to you now? When you tell players, especially players who have to guard multiple positions, you've got people who love to talk about how it's a positionless league. What do you tell people about defending multiple positions?
Yeah, I mean, number one priority for that is knowing your personnel, knowing who you're guarding. James Harden's going to be different than Steph Curry. How do you guard them? And so understanding that first and foremost, and then knowing who you are as a defender. I'm not going to ask Tristan to guard the same way that Jalen Suggs does. And so it's by position and by body type that you do it, knowing your range, knowing how your feet move, and understanding the gaps that you can give a guy, or you're closing out to a guy's chest because they're a knockdown shooter, but knowing that you have help on the backside and knowing where you are on the floor when you're away from the basketball one-on-one.
Do you see guys getting a sense of improving that just in games itself? You have your game plan, hey, this guy is this guy. How do you see guys understanding more of who they're guarding as games go on?
Well, it is a feel. It is a feel a lot through the games because we watch film, we send it to guys watch it, they study it, they know the personnel of who they're guarding, but then they've got to feel that as the game goes on. Understanding in certain situations you may be able to slide under a screen on a guy because he's not attacking downhill right away, where the film may have said go over every time. But in the game, if you can adjust that and feel that throughout the game, that's very important too, because it's about adjusting the way you need to as well as what fits the team.
Coach, I know it's a risky question. Do you remember one of the former Magic players, Marcin Gortat?
Yes.
How could you describe him like a basketball player?
Tough, hard-nosed, physical. We actually have screens named after him because of that, because of the way he was able to set the pick and roll and then hit a guy so his teammate can get downhill and finish at the rim, sealing a guy in. So, I mean, he's just been great. He's still around being great for us in our community with this group, with this organization. So, again, he paved the way for a lot of these guys here and the big men in this league.
Do you want him in your roster or no?
Right now, I think we'd be the oldest team in the league if we got him on our roster now.
Thanks,
How
Jamahl.
about
Thank
that?
I'm sorry, man.
How about, all right, Helen Thomas. Helen Thomas, and, we'll talk about this later. Did you notice Wendell's Gortat screen the other night that led to that Anthony Black layup there in the fourth quarter?
You're asking me if I noticed the screen that we just actually named after someone that played for us.
That's right.
And it's on film, and we watched it.
How well did he execute the Gortat screen there?
Very well.
I was so upset at Jason that I didn't even phrase my question well.
No, it wasn't phrased well, but it's okay. I love you just the same. It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.